I'm like this, all right. Also, the tribunal lifestyle, so we be say that they do give judgment today. The matter don't start since, as for those of now they follow the matter. So far so good. Like this now. So, the judge, the justice now, Justice Amani, it all strike out APM matter. So, APM now Allied People's Movement. You say they join for this tribunal matter with the position, but most people focus on just Labour Party and PDP. Probably because of the major parties and the way they involved and all that. But APM, they're not relent for their matter. They follow up the matter since. So today, so now the APM matter, so now the judges first start to the trash. So like that, so onto the matter of Shettima double nomination. We be say the APM carry for the tribunal. So not say even Labour Party and PDP they still carry that matter. Now just says. Each of them tackle the matter from different angles. You get to the point now. So like this, so onto that double nomination, so we pay a break on the Justice Samani, it does strike out the matter. And for those people what they ask, say, what to make the media houses not they capture the face of the justice as they read the judgment. They say they don't fair talk and say the media houses are not allowed to capture the faces of the justice while they read the judgment. They only capture their face as they enter the tribunal. That's why if you check my previous post, I capture when the justice they enter the court. You get, so they're not allowed to capture them while they read. So like this now, so now the update with this now for so far so good. They don't strike out the issue of double nomination for Shettima, where Allied People's Movement APM carry come. So now the court they on 15 minutes recess, after which they will continue from the third matter according to them. So we still there on the matter the follow them. I go just leave now this video now. I'm gonna watch this summary according to this channel's TV presenter. Now the one based on what I understand as they follow them, that don't drop soon. But some of the things where people they make the rounds, where people they complain since for the social media lifestyle, especially for Twitter. If you they follow this judgment or this justice, the man they read since, it can't be like saying not being right the thing. For according to what people they allege, because the guy not the fluent as they read them. If they ain't right hand, the people say if they ain't really write the judgment, you're not supposed to make the mistake where they make as they read them. So that the normal complaint so people must surely talk their own observations. Then on the Minister of Aviation, Festus Keyamo, see him for his courtroom, but why don't they sleep? He don't they sleep. I don't blame her. The thing don't they read the same tired person. They read the time. But I'm gonna watch this summary based on these channels TV presenters where they give on the matter so far. After the 15 minutes recess, judgment will continue. Just thank God for it.
Vice presidential candidate or vice presidential running mate of Bola Tinubu, now Nigeria's current president, to run for the presidency. But the court today has dismissed the case, citing the fact that the withdrawal of the nomination or the candidacy of Kashim Shettima for the senatorial race, that's for Borno Central, was tendered on the 6th of July, contrary to claims by the APM that he withdrew his candidacy on the 15th. That's a day after getting the nomination on the 14th of July. Basically, so that more like dismiss that, referring back to the decision of the Supreme Court on the 26th of May, which had similarly dismissed the same double nomination case turned against Kashim Shettima and the APC, basically to challenge the joint ticket of Bola Tinubu for the presidency. Well, of course, the court also stated very clearly in strong terms that any other political party, save for a candidate or save for an aspirant who ran for the party primary, has the local standing or the legal right to challenge nomination, stating clearly that it is a pre-election matter, that only the Federal High Court and not the Election Tribunal or Election Petition Court, as the case may be, has the jurisdiction to handle matters of such nature. These are the grounds for dismissing the case for lacking in merit. basically. That is the latest so far. And of course, the judges have gone on a 15-minute break to return after that longer, decision which was read in court. I'm sure you followed the proceedings, basically. So that's where we are at the moment. 15 minutes break, and it may be a bit longer, but then we are outside getting a breather to return shortly.
All right, so Godfrey, I mean, look, everybody's watching this right now, the entire country, Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. And I think you came on at about, was it 9 o'clock or 8:30? So that was about 3 hours ago. So for the past 3 hours, they've been reading all these petitions, and you're telling me that only...
the justice said that's the fourth item, so to speak. So there's still the third one, there's the second and the first. But the reason they're taking them all up together is, according to the justice, they're consolidated. In other words, they are all related one way or the other. You'll see that a number of times he would say, look, as we had previously mentioned, it's a pre-election matter. As previously mentioned, it's a pre-election matter. But at least one thing can be said clearly now, that this court has struck out APM suit against Shettima and Tinubu for lack of merit. For the preliminary objection, the court held that the petitioner, that's APM, ought to have filed the case before the Federal High Court within 14 days from the course of action, from the day of the course of action arose. The court agreed with the respondent that the issue is statute barred. And consequently, the justice who read the leaked judgment added that Section 285 sub 14C does not allow members of any political party to challenge the nomination of candidates of another political party, and consequently declared that the petitioner lacks the locus standi to institute the petition.
And recall that the PDP did indeed take the matter to court as a pre-election matter, and the Supreme Court held that there was no double nomination. So on this case, the petition, the judge has ruled that the petitioner failed to prove that the third and fourth respondent failed to prove that they were not validly nominated. And on that strength, it's been struck out for lacking in merit.
It's a long haul. We're still, this is pretty much, as we have been informed, the long haul.
long haul mean by implication.
Yeah.
We could be here for another 2 to 3 hours, so to speak. But, in response to one of the council's inquiry just moments ago, Justice Samani may have said that, it's a contributory judgment. I wonder what's the implication of that. Is it that it's a contributory judgment from all of the other 4 justices, or will there be a dissenting judgment?
Well, I guess that's what we would wait to see, because, I mean, if you recall what Mr. Kwek has told us the other time, as well as Dr. Otitoju in Abuja, that, look, a lead judgment could take X number of hours. And if you also recall what the justice said to us, this is just the judgment. There are other arguments in it. You have to get it later. I'm like, okay, so this whole conversation started sometime around 10 o'clock?
9:27 to be precise. I took note of the exact time that the judges walked in. But, just also warn you that Senior Advocate Morrison also said that in case there's a dissenting judgment, that could also take some time. Yes, yeah.
So there is contributory judgment, there is dissenting judgment.
We do not know for sure.
I don't know. This is what makes... That's why maybe I should ask senior journalist of Nigeria and senior advocate of journalism. No, that's Chamberlain and